everyone, and welcome to my podcast, Raw in Wonderland. I'm so happy you're here with me today, again. Today, I want to take you somewhere calm. Not happy, not everything is perfect calm, but the kind of calm where you're still floating. And even if the water underneath is deep, I'm holding a book in my hands called The Comfort Book by Matt Haig. And inside this book, there's a small subtitle that feels like a quiet whisper: Thoughts that keep me afloat. And honestly, that might be the best summary of the entire book. This book isn't a classic novel. It feels more like someone's notebook. Matt Haig collected things that helped him survive: small lists, sentences he underlined, films that saved him, music that held him together, foods that grounded him. It's not a book that talks at you. It sits across from you at the table with a cup of coffee and starts talking. When I was reading it, I didn't feel like I was reading. I felt like I was listening. At one point, Matt says something that stopped me completely. I couldn't just be. I always needed to be closer to excitement. So he escaped into extremes: loud music, parties, substances, noise, intensity. Not because life was too boring, but because being alone with himself felt unbearable. And this isn't just his story. At the deepest level, many of us carry two ancient wounds: not feeling enough and not feeling worthy. Different lives, same core ache. One of the most powerful ideas in this book is pain is not absolute. There is pain, and then there is you. And you are always bigger than what you feel. I love this metaphor he uses. He says depression is not the cinema itself, it's just the movie playing on the screen. The screen is still there when the movie ends. I often tell myself something similar when I'm struggling. My life is longer than this pain. I guarantee it. And yes, I say it with confidence, because sticking to pain as if it defines your entire existence is deeply unfair to yourself. Another line that stayed with me: the best thing about hitting rock bottom is that there is nowhere left to fall. When you reach the lowest point, you discover something solid beneath you, something unbreakable. That's where rebuilding starts. And honestly, sometimes life just continues from the place where it slipped. And there is a beautiful section about writing. Matt says writing about dark experiences doesn't make him feel worse because the darkness was already there. So, writing doesn't create pain, it brings it into the light. I believe this deeply. Writing creates distance, clarity, breathing space. Even if you start by writing, I don't know what to write, or I feel nothing, that's already writing. And here is one of my favorite parts. Constantly searching for the meaning of life is no different from searching the meaning of toast. Sometimes you just eat the toast, and that's enough. Not everything needs to become a life philosophy. Sometimes presence is meaning. And about hope. Hope doesn't mean being happy. Hope means accepting that there are multiple possibilities, that today is not the only version of reality. Hope says there might be a path out of this forest, even if I can't see it yet. And that thought alone can be incredibly comforting. Matt shares a list for bad days: get up, shower, move, breathe, eat, sleep. It's simple, not magical, but grounding. Everyone's recipe is different. The important part is knowing what actually helps you and keeping it somewhere close. Mental health isn't something you fix once. It's more like a garden. It needs care, attention, patience. Some days weeds grow back. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're human. And one of my favorite ideas, the enemies of anxiety are curiosity and passion. It doesn't have to be a grand life mission. Sometimes it's a TV series, a song, a book, a story you fall into. Sometimes strong enough to pull your attention outward. That can be enough to survive the moment. And about loneliness. Loneliness isn't about being alone. Loneliness is feeling lost, even in a crowd. The solution isn't more people, it's knowing yourself. If you become your own closest friend, you are never truly alone. This book doesn't try to fix you, it doesn't promise transformation. It simply says you can stay afloat today, and sometimes that's more than enough. Thank you for walking with me through Wonderland today. If you are struggling, remember, you are not your pain. You are the one watching it pass. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and keep yourself afloat. Bye, guys!